my definition of success hinges on the term peace. I have my ideas of what peace looks like for me. While that may not be tangible all the time, it's something I strive for. Okay. And it serves as the catalyst for my own self-development and self-improvement, because that's what I'm working towards. I've had a bit of turmoil, a lot of which I've caused. For me to achieve or get really close to peace starts with me. There's a lot I'm in control of if I want to get to peace. When I think of what success is, that's kind of where I start the conversation.
This is Caesar Walker, the cool, calm, collected one.
And I'm Ronnie Gatry, the emotional one.
And we are the Tipping Point Podcast, your source for the Black male's perspective.
Tipping Point Podcast.
Peace and blessings, everyone. We want to welcome you to the latest and greatest episode. Shout out to all of our listeners and viewers, both new and old. Thank you for tuning in, kicking it with us. Guys, how are we?
I'm not as good as I was before we started this.
You're not?
No.
Okay. Black, how are you?
I'm good.
Because you know I don't care. You know I don't care.
Walker, you know what you are, man.
What am I? What am I this week?
You know how they say, check on your friends?
I don't check on you?
You do. And then you just dismiss. I'm going to give you credit for checking on because you did. You asked me how I was doing.
That's all they said to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, okay. Well, that's what you are.
Okay. I'm the friend that comes and check on you, but nothing else.
Nothing else.
Got
You
it.
check the box.
Are you good though?
I am good.
Good.
How are you, Walker?
I'm good. I'm good. What? What's that look for?
We've done, at this rate, we've done 230 of these. I know what this means.
What does this mean?
You start off saying, I'm good.
Can I think about it?
No. Now, this part of the podcast, we've done 130 times. So it shouldn't be much thought in answering that question.
No, you can always think about where you are and how you're doing. It's good to pause. It's good to pause and think about it before responding. A novel concept for some.
I've never heard of such.
Thus, novel concept.
Anyway, if you're good, I'm going to take that. But I know there's something else there.
No, I'm good.
How many people have you had 230 plus conversations with?
You and I have had more than that over the course of our
relationship. Plus.
Sure. But all I'm saying is I could have went into it, but really and truly good there meant content. I'm very content. I'm content. Family's good. I'm good. I'm grateful.
You look great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I see the lineup. I see the LP energy.
I just switched my barbershop days around. I was getting my hair cut after this recording.
Yeah.
Why not just do it before, since the whole world gets to see me?
Come in fresh.
Yeah.
Okay. What else you
Did
got?
we ask him how, if he was good?
You did. After you sideswiped me, you went straight to him.
And it was so quick, we came back to you. Got it.
Actually, you reversed the bus and rolled back over me.
I didn't do all of that. I did not do all of that.
Yeah, how long you been down there? But you good? Anyway, what were you about to say?
I want to see if you're good from me running over you, apparently. Twice.
Walker.
What's good?
We're going to switch it up tonight.
How are we switching this up?
Our starting quarterback, a.k.a. Walker, he's redshirting, at least this game.
I'm not redshirting.
You're not gonna let me. You're not gonna let me manipulate this narrative.
No.
Okay.
No. What I did was I said you're gonna pay me my money, so I'm sitting out.
Okay. Oh, I got one. I got a better one. Since we in this whole football analogy thing.
Here we go. What you got?
So we got the Wildcat package in. So like,
You mean the package that never works?
okay, maybe we shouldn't use Wildcat. What do you call the jumbo version of Wildcat? Like when you're on the goal line,
It's a Wildcat.
It's still a Wildcat.
It's still the Wildcat.
All right, Wildcat jumbo. Okay, I'm still behind center. You're still on the field though, just in case anything goes wrong.
I'm next to the sideline.
No, they still have you on there.
Yeah, I'm on the field, but I'm lined up as a receiver.
You're wide. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like the Philly special.
No, tonight we're going trips right. Okay, trips right. Wildcat.
Okay.
Power on 2. Ready?
Okay.
Why?
We don't huddle up in this offense, right?
Oh, okay. Now, hey, Black, hold the card up.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm this way. Anyway, I am temporarily, and by temporarily, I mean one play at a time. Lord have mercy. I'm temporarily QBing this conversation tonight. Am I nervous? You better believe it.
Okay.
Can I?
You're the QB.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay, cool. So I had a conversation with a close friend of mine early this week. And in short, we were talking about success. But the conversation was way more than that. This person revealed to me about how their ideas and their thoughts about success have changed as he's aged. And, you know, it's easy for us to talk about success and link that to monetary or what do you call it? Or possessions, you know, tangible things, right? Status, all that stuff. And I'm not here to judge what anyone's personal viewpoints of success is. I'm not. I'm here to do what I do best and share my thoughts on it, hear yours, and ignore Black's.
In that order.
In that order.
Okay.
Okay. So, one thing I want to harp on, Walker, in this conversation that I had with this dear friend of mine, he talked about what the pursuit of success cost him. And it was as his viewpoints of success were evolving. Chasing the money. What's chasing that money going to cost me? And when I get the bag, what have I missed out on? Ooh, I don't like how that feels. Let me go back in the workshop, refine my idea of success. Let me chase that, obtain that. I'm still going to lose something, but maybe I learned something along the way. So I kind of want to pause here, and I want to ask you, Walker, in your opinion, what are the costs of success?
What are the costs of success? I mean, there are a lot. I don't know if you can name them all. It's almost innumerable to an extent.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me be fair, because that's like 4 questions away from now. I just thought about that. Forget
Okay.
me. What is success to you?
What is success to me?
Yeah, that's where we should start.
I think success is when you achieve what you were put on this earth to do. To me, that's success. Yeah. That's very succinct, but
True.
I think when you discover what you were put on this earth to do, not only do you identify what it is, but you go out and execute it, and you do it well, that's success to me. You know?
Yes, thank you. Black, what you got on this?
For me, success would be accomplishing goals that I set forth for myself. You want more?
Yeah, if you got more to share.
For me, is a sense of independence, knowing that I have.
What does that look like? You want to know what success looks like. And you asked,
That's why we got to keep you on the field.
Continue. I'm sorry, because you kept asking for more after you answered the question. I'm like, okay, he's trying to get us somewhere. What does that look like in your? Okay, got it.
Like financial independence for me.
Financial independence.
And being able to, you know how some people live to work? I work to live. So like my job is just the apparatus I use to do the things I love to do.
Like travel.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you if I can share this, like you take a pretty big trip at least once a year.
Yeah.
When
I don't fly Delta One, but it's a pretty big trip.
I really should have seen that comment.
Yeah, because really, you ain't really lived. You're not really successful.
I
You're
have
not really
that
successful.
I fly sitting upright.
Yeah, the whole trip.
Yes.
If I took as many trips as he took, I would not go Delta One.
How will you know?
Because bro takes a lot of trips. I take one. Anyway, no, okay. Well, thank you for that.
Okay, so would you like me to elaborate?
Yeah,
Because I didn't elaborate.
Okay, yeah. I think that's fair. And I think it's balanced. And I'm glad you're still on the field.
What it looks like to me is fulfillment. There's a lot of people who have money, but they're not fulfilled. There are a lot of people who have status, but they're not fulfilled. There are a lot of people who have relationships, but they're not fulfilled. Empty inside. You hear about people all the time with money, status, fame, committing suicide. You have people you hear this all the time, executives, CEOs, checking out. Success is when and again, that's connected to doing what you were put on this earth to do. There's a fulfillment there. I fulfilled what the skill set, gifts, ambition, this inner drive to this thing, I have fulfilled that, or I'm in my assignment, so to speak. And there's a fulfillment there that nothing outside of that can give me. So to me, that is success. Whatever that thing is, that's success.
What do each of you think about what I deem the evolution of success? I'll give you an example.
Before we do that, what was your definition again?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. I forgot I was here.
Man, there's been so many penalties, a delay of game. My
We're at the
goodness.
30-yard line now. It's first and goal
We're
at the
not
30.
on goal anymore?
First and goal at the 30.
So many false starts.
Delay of games.
Illegal procedure.
Oh, definitely legal procedure.
Too many men on the
Because
field.
I keep running over to Walker trying to get the
Illegal
play.
substitution.
Man, my definition of success hinges on the term peace. So I have my ideas of what peace looks like for me, and while that may not be tangible all the time, it's something I strive for.
Okay.
And it serves as the catalyst for my own self-development and self-improvement, because that's what I'm working towards. Walker, as you know, because you've heard me talk a lot, I've had a bit of turmoil, a lot of which I've caused. So one of the things, and I'm really digging deep into this answer, but one of the things I've realized is for me to achieve or get really close to peace starts with me. There's a lot I'm in control of if I want to get to peace. So again, that's really, when I think of what success is, that's kind of where I start the conversation.
Okay. I like it. I don't know if you forgot your question, but I just wanted to get you on the record for what your definition was.
Thank you.
You had a question about.
Yes, I'll reiterate.
Okay.
What do you think about the evolution of success? Meaning how success changes at different life stages. And I've got an example here that I would love to share if that helps.
I think I'm following, but you can share the example.
Okay. Taking you back, I'm 20, 21 years old. I worked overtime at my place of employment to earn $600 to buy a throwback jersey for the late Kobe Bryant's father, Jelly Bean Bryant. Making the money, stashing away, finally got the money to buy it, purchased it. Back then, it wasn't any next day shipping. So after 2 weeks, the jersey shows up. Success. About 2 months later, just a jersey. It's no longer my measure of success anymore. So now it's something else. So that's my example when I say the evolution of success. What comes to mind when you hear that?
Evolution of success.
Because if you ask me today, a throwback jersey is not going to be a symbol of success for me. But 20-something years ago, it was.
Sure.
Is it still success?
What has changed?
Oh, my knowledge has changed
Of
what I deem to be proper money management. I don't know where that jersey is now. I don't.
That jersey cost that much for real?
It was $600, bro. It was probably like $620 after shipping.
Wow.
It shipped from Mitchell & Ness in Philadelphia, and it took 2 weeks. I remember all of this. $600, Walker. Now I'm living at home with mom. But still, $600 is a lot of money even today.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I look back on that now, that's a failure.
Why is it a failure today?
Because now when I look at what $600 is, I look at different things. I look at what that $600 could have gone towards. I purchased on some threads that I don't even have anymore. Man, if I still had the jersey, it still wouldn't have been a success. Because I can't get that $600 back. I don't even know if I can get $300 for that. I don't know if throwback jerseys appreciate. Not the ones that I have.
They don't.
Yeah. And by the time I was done with it, with all the stains on it, what if I look like I was balling for real? But no, nobody's about to pay me real money for that. But yeah, so like, is that a false sense of success, or is it okay for your idea of success to evolve over time?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It should evolve over time.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it should evolve because you're maturing as you get older. Hopefully you're maturing as you get older.
Sure.
And I think your life experiences, new information that you come into contact with, it's going to cause your value system to change over time. There's going to be certain business going to be what you valued yesterday, you may not value today. What you value in the future may not be what you value today, right? And I think as you get older, you begin to realize, you begin to have this thing called perspective as it pertains to the whole of life, right? And you begin to, with perspective, begin to put things in what you deem its rightful place, right? So what was up here, number one, as you get older and look back on it objectively, that was like 12 in the priority list. But it was the biggest thing in the world at the time, right? So I think as you gain perspective about life, about yourself, you begin to realize, as that begins to adjust, what you view success as begins to adjust also, you know? So yeah, that's I think it's okay for things to, your perspective on success to evolve because you're changing.
The thing that came to my mind was kind of work related, agile. I think of like your different, you have different goals throughout your life, and you can like view them as sprints.
Let them finish.
And you can view them as sprints.
Mm-hmm.
So each time you start something, you have a goal you're trying to accomplish. Then once you can accomplish that, then there's gonna be another one waiting for you. So I see life as a series of like those sprints where you have a goal that you're trying to accomplish. And like for me, like maybe early on, one of my goals is like graduate from college, get a car.
Yeah.
Another goal could be moving out from my parents' house,
Right.
getting an apartment, getting a house, those kind of things. Saving up for X or Y and accomplishing that. So it's like a series of sprints throughout your life where your goals change over time, sort of like evolving, like you mentioned.
You didn't like that?
I was about to just be extra. I did like it. Once I listened, yeah.
Okay. That's a part of quarterbacking, this conversation. But go ahead.
Success and goals seem synonymous for you guys.
You got to measure success with something, right?
I think so. What about you?
I think success is a result of goals.
Same thing.
Yeah, but you can fail at goals too.
Sure. And that's not success. It's the opposite. Quite the opposite.
True. Your definition of success.
Okay.
How much is it worth to you?
How much is it worth? Yeah, it is why I'm here on this earth, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I look at it in terms of the things that usually the things that you find yourself being most passionate about, you usually have some type of skill set or something that aligns with that thing you're passionate about. So you're talking about your life. You know, a defining moment of your life is me being able to do this thing that's been burning on the inside of me, the things that I constantly think about, the thing that I constantly come back to, the thing that I constantly, you know, I try to go away from it, but I find myself back here. To be able to have that epiphany that this is a part of my makeup, DNA, this is who I am, and I'm walking in that, and I'm having success, I'm able to make a difference with this gift, with this talent, whatever the case may be. That's an amazing feeling, you know? And to know that, you know what, I don't know if there's very few things else I would really want to do than what I'm doing. That is an amazing feeling, yeah. And so you have to look at that as success. You know, I look at that as like, hey, I found the thing. I have found the thing that truly, again, peace is in that. Like, I'm at peace with what I'm doing. I'm at peace. There's so much wrapped up in that. Goal setting, all that is wrapped up in that. So it's to me, it's everything. It really is.
I mean, you both said it, what it means to me, and that was the peace, because once I feel like I've met that sort of level of like financial independence, that's like stress being removed from your life, and that gives me peace. Like when there's less stress, things are better. And because that financial independence is there, it's like that gives me the ability to do other things that bring peace into my life.
Before this podcast started, we had a micro conversation about Diddy. Y'all said something that really stuck out to me. And you said, Diddy was successful. I had a problem with that because as I asked y'all pre-pod, who judges or determines if he was successful? We do. But those are all based off what our ideas of success are.
Correct.
So when I look at Diddy now, using my own measure of success, which is essentially not measure, but definition of success, which is essentially peace. I don't see that.
Sure.
I didn't see that early on in his career when he was doing the J-Lo gun in the club stuff. These aren't peaceful things.
Okay.
So for both of you, and you're not on trial here. I'm just really trying to understand and trying to really weave this success conversation here.
Whew.
For each of you to profoundly proclaim, oh yeah, he was successul, but it doesn't add up to each of your definitions of success.
It does. So I said financial independence.
Oh, okay. Well,
Wasn't
you're
he financially-
exempt from this.
Okay. Sorta, kinda. That dude is uber talented. Can we agree?
Oh, I would agree to that.
Okay. What did he use his talent to do?
Well, I don't want to answer this.
How do we first get introduced to
Oh, okay. You got to be real specific with that.
Bad Boy. Bad Boy Records.
I don't know how talented he is in that regard. So unless you was at one of the freak offs, I can't
I was not going to
neither
say
confirm nor
anything.
deny. All I know,
Look, now you're on trial.
all I know was all about the Benjamins. And
Walker, you couldn't resist.
well, that in the family. That, you know what I mean? That's the only talent I know of. If you know of other talents, then
Speak
you
up.
may get subpoenaed down
I
the
don't know
road.
of any other baby oil talents.
Hey. It's all allegedly as far as I'm concerned.
True.
His music, however, is not.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
His talent is undeniable. So this person used their talent and truly impacted a generation of people. Right? Not just by his talent alone, but he had an eye for talent. There's a lot of people ate
well off Diddy.
The brother was successful, man. He was successful.
I mean, he had respect and recognition within his industry.
True.
That could be viewed as success.
Circling back to something you said.
Okay.
We're staying on this notion of Diddy being successful, right?
Yeah.
Right? Which y'all agree he was.
Yes.
Jury's still out for me, for my opinion.
Okay.
But you said something, Walker, earlier about there are people who have achieved monetary levels of monetary success that are miserable inside.
Yes.
But you
And
also described that as success.
Hold
though.
on. And you still deem it to be success.
Yes.
I'm listening.
You was talking to a good friend of yours. And one of the things that your friend talked about is early on in his life, what he deemed as success. And in retrospect, he began to think about the cost for that success. Right? So he achieved a level of success but it came at a cost, right? Okay. So what I heard in that is that success isn't free.
I like that. Yeah.
Success is not free. So success at anything you do is going to come at a cost. Okay. You're training for a 5K and you want to be successful, you're going to complete it. That's going to come at a cost. There's going to be a commitment required of you. There's going to be some training for it.
It's going to hurt.
It's going to come at a cost. You're going to be sore. You're going to be achy. You're going to be time.
It's going to hurt.
It's going to cost you time, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, right? So it's going
Especially
to
if
come.
I'm running it.
It's going to come at a cost, right? Okay, you're going to climb the corporate ladder. All right. So that means the time that you would spend as soon as it hits 5 o'clock, you out the door. No. You're chasing success in this arena, which means there's a greater dedication to this job. It's deeper than 8 to 5. I did my thing. I'm out. I'm going to do what I want to do. No, you want success in this. So you're going to devote more time to cost. Okay. The cost you pay for the success, in my opinion, doesn't invalidate the success. It just means you paid a price for the success. The question is, can you live with what you had to pay to get said success? That's the real question. That's the real question. You paid a price for it. Was it worth it? Okay, going back to the Mitchell and Ness example with your jersey. In retrospect, wasn't worth the cost of that jersey that you don't even know where it is today.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Still success. You was wanted to do. People ask you, dude, where'd you get that jersey? Dude, that's a fly. Success.
True. Because I wanted that.
Yeah.
If we're being all the way.
And you got that.
Yeah.
You got that. So you achieved a measure of success, but in retrospect, the cost of it, was it worth it? That's the question we should be asking. Not, in my opinion. In my opinion, you can still question his success. The things he did to achieve this status, the money, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Was it worth it at the end of the day? To me, that's an integrity issue. Only he can answer that. Right?
Yeah.
That's what makes this really subjective. We can all agree that it ain't worth it. It's up to him. What you think about that?
I think that's valid. We'll never know the answer of, did he deem himself successful or not? Right? So we can just kind of package that and set that to the side. But what you helped me realize with that is, even though we may see the glitz and the glam, at least I did, and I measured. I received your statements as that I was only looking at the glitz and glam. I didn't think about the lives impacted positively.
Yeah,
these are all results of success.
Sure.
So, okay, you enlightened me there. Thank you, Walker. This, gosh, I'm about to sound old. I'm about to say this. This younger generation.
That's how you make yourself sound old.
Yes. Yeah. I'm judging, but I think they've got a flawed sense of success.
Go on.
Since success comes at a cost, you made me think of the term, you get what you pay for. So I just think we're in this world of instant gratification.
Sure.
I think about my son who, years ago said, Dad, I want a YouTube channel. And I'm going to get $1 million because I'm going to get 1 million subscribers. Cool. Let's do it. He saw the work. Dad, I ain't trying to do no YouTube channel, Dad. Didn't even do one video. He said, you know what? I don't want that. I see that, and I've got young children, but I see that notion not only in them, but in a lot of kids along that age range, and slightly older. What do we have to offer to help sharpen their ideas of what it takes, the cost of success?
So to me, it was in the definition. It's fulfillment. So for me, you fall in love with the process, right? You spend more time running a race than you do crossing the finish line.
That's a bar, Walker.
That's where the work is in that. So if you learn to enjoy the process, you master the process, the finish line will come. That's just a fraction of the entire process, though. Right?
Right.
You can't get to the finish line without the journey. We have to learn how to fall in love with the journey of success, which gets back to why you were here in the first place. Why are you here? What talents and gifts that you have align with the reason why you're here? Who can you help? Who will be impacted by what you do? How would this benefit others? Is this something that you can just do constantly? You can do it, and you look up, you have used up a lot of time doing this very thing, but you just got lost in it, and it's productive. You're able to produce something from it. You fall in love with that, and you do that well, you're going to look up and people are going to want to pay you. People are going to want to fly you out. People are going to want to, you know what I mean? People are going to run you because you are adding value into the world because you have focused in on a process that people can benefit from. You're adding value. That's really what it was. So when we talk about success, you're adding value into the world based on your design, based on your gifts and talents. If we can get them to understand and fall in love with that part of it, then I think they'll be okay.
Only thing that came to mind when you talked about the generation is the fact that they seem to want to pursue a lifestyle. And then
It's good.
they don't want to go through the process of building up to that lifestyle. They're looking for a shortcut. And they see people, I don't want to name names, but there are some people who are perceived to be successful with no talent.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like maybe this generation is kind of like trying to see how can they get there as quick as they can, not even worry about talent, but they're just trying to, the ultimate goal is just have that lifestyle, no matter how they get there. They're not willing to put in that work.
Mm-hmm. I think too, right, I agree. There's some, the problem with that I think young people need to understand is how sustainable is that success? You know, anybody can get a moment, but successful people know how to sustain what they have, right? Successful people will tell you the hardest thing about success is remaining successful, right? Because there's new challenges in front of you, right? Even people who they feel don't have like some of these people, like I look at like a Kim Kardashian.
That's what I had in mind. People who are famous for being famous.
Wow.
No, she has a talent.
Wait.
She has a talent.
We're not
Let
going there.
him finish.
We're not going there.
You should not quarterback. You should not quarterback.
We're going to sub you in.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
We're taking Jalen out.
What is it?
Give me a helmet. Give me a helmet. Targeting. Yeah, she can't sing. Right? Like she don't have, when we think of talent, we think of something like an artsy type. This girl knows how to influence a generation. That's talent. Because there's a lot of attractive women don't influence girls to be like you. I look at women on the internet, even in large cities, I see copycats. I see that look.
The glow really. I know where you going. I know where you glowing.
I thought you were on the sideline, man.
Oh, that's my bad.
Your helmet is gone.
It's like when you switch to hockey, put him in the penalty box.
You're supposed to go to the locker room. But there's a talent in that. And some people, when they find their that's why some people just remain relevant and you don't even understand why they're relevant. We don't see the talent in it because they ain't got no music. They ain't no good actor or we think of the main thing. No, there's a talent in the fact that you know how to influence people on what to think, on how to think, what to wear, how to talk. That's a talent.
And to get
we may
people
not want to put
look.
stock in it, but she's made a lot of money long after her 15 minutes of fame. She has learned how to influence. That's one of the most original influencers.
Yeah, she knows how to retain eyeballs.
Yeah. You don't have to like the methods. But how did she get a generation of young girls to say, despite what she does, I like how she dresses. I like how she look. I like how she did. I like her makeup. I like her hair. I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend see what I mean? You don't have to, again, how you feel about her as a person is irrelevant. That girl has a talent. Diddy has a talent. These people they have a talent. How they choose to use it is on them.
True. You shaped that really well, by the way.
When we all have a talent.
Yeah, for sure.
We all have a talent. What do you do with it?
And also, I think it may not be a majority, but like you may have a talent, but it may not be like a talent that's going to make you a lot of money. It just be something that you enjoy doing. And that could be the case with some of these people in this generation. Like they have talent, but they want their talent to create X amount of dollars when it's not really that type of talent. You want to jump in, Gat?
This is where I want us to go. I just didn't know how to articulate it. This is good. You said you may have a talent that may not make you a lot of money, but it's still a talent. If you're engaging in that talent, you are successful. I'm not asking.
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
What I don't want to get conflated on this recording is money equaling success.
Or clout.
Or clout.
Because I think with this generation, it's even clout. I think clout is even more than money at this point with them.
Dude, think...
We'll crash out. We'll do... That's why you see a lot of people doing a lot of ridiculous stuff online. It's for the clout.
Right. Bro, like, I don't think there's any secret now that I do creative work on the side. But I was talking to this lady about a campaign she wanted to put together. And she was almost obsessed about, like, how many likes it would have gotten. And I took her to Church Walker. I did. But, like, the title or the whole subject of my sermon was, you will never be able to control how many likes you get off any type of content. You will never be able to control that. But the thought is that what she helped me to realize was, like, with us working together, if the content that I shaped for her, did not achieve a certain level of likes,
it was going to be a failure.
It was going to be a failure. But you made me think of this when you said that, and I asked her, well, let's take it back to the purpose of this content. What is the purpose? Is this serving you? Or is this serving a lot of these other people that you can't control how they interact when they see it, or if they even see it? If this is a purpose-driven content strategy, it should not matter.
Right.
It should be success for you to be able to share that. Whoever receives it, receives it. Whoever likes it, likes. Whoever comments, comments. Whoever shares, shares.
And even then, the process is we put this together. How do we make another one, but we do it better? How am I much more effective in my delivery? How do I work on, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How do, this was great, but I think we can do so much more. And then you fall in love with the process. If this is purpose driven, if this is what you feel like you should be doing, how do we perfect it? Because as you perfect things, more eyes get on it and more people see it. And man, this is great. I'll be honest, Gad, like even with us with this pod,
Come on, Walker.
I have been working on my delivery. I've been working on how I manage conference. My evolution of a podcaster has like come a long way over these 6 years, right? Okay, I know how to play ISO ball on the conversation. I know how to defer and pass. I know how to sing in the background. You lead the conversation.
Somewhat.
I would use that last one. That's evidenced by this.
Try to give you something. Try to give you something. But at the same time, I've seen other people who do a really good job, and I'm like, you know what? I can learn. So learning the process, and then someone comes along and listens to the pod who don't know anything about what I'm doing, says, hey man, y'all do a really good job with this.
Success.
Wow. But again, I wasn't looking for, I wasn't even looking for I'm just focused on what we do when we come in here, right? I just want to make sure that when I listen back on it, man, this is good stuff. Like, I would actually listen to this. You know what I mean? I wanted to get to the point where I didn't want to record something and was like, man, I don't want to listen to that. I wanted to get beyond that.
Right.
I enjoy listening to us again. Right?
Even without the background music.
Even without. Broke your heart when we took that away.
It did.
Broke your heart.
Evolution must happen.
But again, people don't care about that.
No.
They don't care about that. You know what I mean? I think that if people again, I just keep reiterating it, but if people, because again, I understand the attention and the fame brings money, it brings eyes, it brings all, you know what I mean? We want that because it's it's our currency. But there are a lot of people, I don't know how they do it. I ain't going to say that. There are a lot of people who they've achieved a measure of success, but you can tell their heart's not in it. You know what I mean? There's not really a devotion to the craft and what they're working on.
Yeah.
Here's the danger in that, Gad. Not only is it unsustainable, but we can tell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not really devoted to this. Like you just got lucky in a sense.
Right.
And you don't want to be that person. But again, if you're so focused on the success validating you, really and truly your validation is in the process.
Right.
It's really what it is. That's what keeps you going. That's what because you're gonna quit. You run into some adversity, you done.
Right.
So.
Wow. Dude, you struck a nerve when you talk about the podcast because you took me back to those meetings at Starbucks before we even turned the microphone on. I mean, no, for real though, like it was a podcast built with intentionality. Mm-hmm. And what I didn't realize until I heard you say that was like, we were defining our levels of success for the podcast. And just like to my question, this is coming full circle now, that changed.
Absolutely.
We're a totally different podcast now than we were from day one. Totally different.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to say that it's not successful. I'm not going to say there weren't other measures of success that we achieved, because there were.
There were. Is.
But in my mind, if you have to change from it, it can't be success. That was my mindset before this conversation.
If you had to change.
Yeah. Think about it, Walker. Think about it. Like, we made the decision collectively to get rid of Discuss or Trash.
Mm-hmm.
We made the decision collectively to get me off the soundboard.
Right.
Before this conversation, if you would have asked me, was there any success in that? No. I would have honestly said no.
And what you was doing before.
Yeah. Because if it was successful, we would have kept doing it. But what you helped me to see is, with that example of the podcast, is you can reach a level of success, still refine it, sharpen it, shape it,
Absolutely.
and reach other levels of success on the way. Doesn't mean it's a failure. That's why my throwback jersey example hits so hard for me. Because I'm like, no, that was a total failure. But it really wasn't.
It wasn't, but you evolved.
Exactly. And evolution is okay.
Yeah.
Evolution is okay, and it doesn't mean that you failed.
I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. But it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It doesn't mean that you failed.
Right. You just learn to set different goals
Yeah.
for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my biggest takeaway from this. And you helped me with that. Black didn't, but you did.
I'm good with that.
Walker, go ahead if you got something.
No, go ahead.
I got a question for you. And this is us. I want to know your thoughts.
Okay.
I'm going to take you back to anti-New Year's resolution gap. Come on, Walker, let's go here. Let's go
Okay.
here. When I was of that mindset, was there something in your mind that said, that dude don't want no success because he don't have any goals?
No. No, you want success. You've always wanted success. I think at the time when we would have those conversations, I would full transparency, I'd be like, where is he coming from with this? Like, I'm trying to make sense of it. But the more I listened to you, and we would even talk offline, I could hear fear. I could hear fear. In the moment, I didn't catch it, but as we continue to talk, I could hear the fear. How did I hear the fear? Okay. It was never, what if I achieve this goal? It was always, if I don't. Your argument against goals was based on the premise that I don't reach the goal. I set all these goals and we don't even do them. The premise is you're not going to achieve it. So why bother? That's fear. You've convinced yourself it's not going to happen before you ever speak it. So just won't speak it.
Scared of success?
You want it, but you're afraid you may not get there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's, as I kept listening to you, that's what I began to pick up about you.
You defined a whole quadrant of my life. I'm serious.
Yeah. Just replay your arguments. Replay how you would talk about it.
Don't make me.
I won't.
Yeah, don't make us listen to that again.
but it was always based on the fact that it wasn't going to happen.
Right.
Not the fact that it could or will. It won't.
But you still see the opportunity for success even in that.
Because I think you wanted it. You were just, again, fear. One of the things me and my wife say about fear, fear doesn't make sense. Don't try to make sense of it. It's fear. Like once you figure out it's fear, okay, all right, let's just put it. Don't try to understand it. I heard what they said. It's fear. Just file it away under fear. It doesn't make sense. That's why we were looking at you crazy. Okay.
Was Black here too? Then?
Yes.
However, I know deep down, if someone handed you success on a platter, you would take it.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Figuring out how to get it apart from said platter scared the heck out of you. So anytime I bring up this conversation about, hey, what are you going to achieve this year? F you, I don't want to talk about it because I'm scared.
Mom, I did not say those words. Now, I may have had those thoughts.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's really what he was like, man, you could have come up with anything else. Why are we talking about that?
Dang, Walker. Props to you, though, for continuing with the conversation.
Because I knew you really wanted to be. You wanted the success, dude.
Huh.
You wanted the success.
So, if anything, I'm just as guilty as this younger
Yes.
generation.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
The wanting your success on a silver platter. Yes.
The hypocrisy in my words.
I mean, you're not there now.
No.
You've grown. You've evolved. So
A
yeah.
little bit.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Hot cold.
Say it again.
Hot cold. Okay.
I'm hot.
Okay. Now I'm saying, like, are we? Am I hot cold? Did I hit the target?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Your friend that you mentioned, they talked about some of the things that they worked hard for early on, and if they could do it over again, they would do some things different. So as we get older and we begin to redefine success, what I'm hearing from your friend is that success is rooted in relationships.
For him. Really?
This is okay. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a different question. This is tough for men. This part right here is tough for men, Gap, because everything that he initially set out to do, this is what's expected of us.
Here we go. Come on.
Right?
True. Keep going.
So if you're expected to provide for your family and ensure that all the kids have an excellent opportunity to go out and be successful themselves, what's still missing? I know you can't go back and ask your friend this,
Right.
but could it be, Gat, that there was another way to do those things? Still provide, still take care of your family, but you still could have caught a game here. You still could have taken her to the daddy-daughter date event. You still could have, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Could it be that you realized you may have overpaid for the thing that you considered was success? What you think about that?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think what this person is talking about is extremely noble.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all the things we talked about. He fell in love with the process. He did what most people would applaud him for doing. You work, you know how to negotiate, you get that salary, you make that money, you dedicate the time. I'm pretty sure he's put in the serious hours.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He was doing his thing. I am reconciling with some of this right now myself. In corporate, I got some goals for me. Serious goals for me from a corporate standpoint. Where I struggle, gentlemen, is the price factor, not in the fact that I don't want to pay for it. But I have a 21-month-old who lights up when I come home. And it's like, I don't want to be missing stuff. I'm missing stuff now. Because I got to go to work, right? I'm missing stuff now. And it's just like, that comes with it. But at the same time, maybe success is me building this relationship with her and figuring out a way to make sure she's good. And maybe that's where your friend realized is that maybe they weren't asking for me to pull in an extra comma or,
Right.
you know what I mean? Maybe they weren't asking for that, especially since I was able to provide everything they wanted anyway. Maybe they just wanted my time. Maybe they just wanted this, right?
Right.
Perspective. I think there's a success that comes with gaining a perspective of what's really important, because you can double down, triple down, quadruple down on what you're doing.
Yeah.
But to me, I think there's a success that comes with understanding I may need to tweak some things. I may need to dial some stuff back. I may need to put in 50 hours instead of the regular 60 or 70 I've been putting in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I need to make some time so I can take my wife on a date. I need to make some time to where, you know what I mean? You keep, and to me, I think your priorities, that's the nuance to all of this, is the priorities that are set in place based on some of the decisions you made. You got a family out there. Yeah, you climbing that ladder, but they need you. They need your presence. They need your time. So I think going back to what I said earlier in this conversation, you need to understand how much this success is requiring of you in terms of what you have to pay out. And you don't want to have buyer's remorse on your success. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to feel like, you know what, I think I might have got gypped on this one. I got it, but I think I may have overpaid. My time could have been spent doing something else. And I think it's important that we keep in mind what's truly our priorities along the way to success. I think there are a lot of people who don't have their priorities in order, chase success, get there, and they are by themselves. You know what I mean? Because you neglected a lot of things that were really important to you. And again, as men, we got to get this, because I was sharing with a sister online, we associate love with duty and responsibility, especially with our significant others. So when we fall in love, we don't get a chance to bask in those emotions. When we fall in love with a woman, we oh shoot, I'm gonna take care of this woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We go into that next phase of our thought process. That's how we love you. So a lot of men will say, man, I care about you because I'm doing. There is a wisdom in understanding the nuance that there's a way to hit the target. You can provide for them and they have everything they need, but you may not have that executive position. Okay, you may not be senior level management. You may be mid-management. You're still pulling in a good salary. But senior level management means they can't see you. They see less of you. What's success? How does success? You're going to have to reshape success in the lens of your priorities and what's really important to you. And I think that's the thing that men struggle to grapple with. Because a lot of it, if we be honest, we're doing this for us. We're not really doing it. Sounds good. I'm doing this for my family. It sounds good. But deep down, you're doing this for you. You're doing this for yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're willing to sacrifice other things for this. If I'm really doing this for my family and they want me around, we got to make some adjustments.
True. That's so good.
If I'm doing this and it's costing me my health, I got to make some adjustments. If I'm doing, you see what I'm saying? If I'm doing this and it's costing me my integrity, okay, how important is integrity? Where is that in the priority level? See, that was Diddy's problem. Diddy didn't have integrity. It wasn't where it needed to be, so it was easy to pay that price. Oh, I just give up my integrity? Sure. I didn't care about that, no way.
Oh,
I wasn't planning on hanging on to my integrity. Sure. Freak offs it is. Right?
yeah, yeah.
We're willing to pay the price for things that aren't as high of a priority. The higher priority is, the less I'm willing to give it up. So when it comes to success, you have to keep in mind, even though it's a process, you fall in love with the process, but where are your priorities? I can fall in love with a process and totally neglect things that are truly important to me. So I need to make sure that as I'm falling in love with what the process is, the things that are truly important to me are part of the process.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I see you do this. You and your family, y'all have a schedule.
Yes.
Right? Ain't no such thing as when I get to it. No. we supposed to go out on this date. We supposed to do this, the schedule.
Right.
Okay. The process is content creation over here. But my family, the process is content creation, family. You. Right? You spend time going to the gym, doing some things. Okay. Those are your priorities. God, priorities. Okay. Your process involves these things. May not mean you may be the most wealthiest person, but you got some peace though, don't you?
Yeah.
You got some peace, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. That's your process. So you may not make a lot of money, but you're good.
Oh,
You ain't stressed.
no.
You ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this started to look like some success for you. Wouldn't want to be doing nothing else. You with your favorite people, doing what you love. You successful.
Right.
What more can you ask? Wow. So fall in love with the process, man. Fall in love with the process. But make sure your process doesn't take your top priorities away.
Right.
So,
Wow.
any other questions for us? QB?
Oh, don't
Like,
even.
you got anything?
You can't QB me now. My helmet's been gone.
Are you QB too?
Ooh.
You.
Yeah, you QB
I
too.
may have slid down the depth chart.
You got a red shirt on now? Good stuff, man. Good conversation.
I agree.
All right. Listen, y'all, you enjoyed this conversation, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, show us some love, share this with someone We appreciate your continuous support. You can also find us on social media. THA Tipping Point, one word, on X, IG, even TikTok. With that, I'm Caesar Walker. He's Ronnie Gatry. That guy behind the mic and camera is Black, and we're the Tipping Point Podcast. Thanks again.